Hi everyone, I'm going to teach you how to leave Facebook within 5 minutes. This whole thing takes about a year to do, but this is a 5-minute rundown of the steps you need to take. We're going to reach them. And of course, I have limited attention, life is short, and I wanted to save my time for the things that really matter. So with my emotional health, I really found it destructive when I was posting things on Facebook and making my life look so wonderful, and people I cared about were struggling, and I really wondered, like, how am I helping them by sharing my life or the view of my life, my curated form of my life. And I thought I really wasn't helping the people I love by doing that. I really wasn't sharing anything with them. I was just bragging this kind of totally curated vision of my life. No. Then it came to emotional health. Like, everybody knows someone who's going through anxiety and depression, and you see how Facebook and like can really multiply the negative of whatever they're going through. And you can just think to yourself, how many friends call for help? How many like cries for help have you seen on social media? And how many people have suffered because of, emotional problems that are exaggerated by what they see on social media and the people who, don't make their life better. A big one is what I see, especially in America, is like social media isn't bringing us together. It's pushing us into different silos. Algorithms are pushing outrage ideas onto you, so much so that you live in your own little bubble. This happened to me first with the election in 2016. I was shocked. And then Charlottesville in America, again, I was shocked. And it goes on and on with all of these different insane things on every side of politics. You're not seeing the true world. You're seeing the world that the algorithms want you to see. The algorithms that were created to, get your attention, either positively or negatively. And this is not a trend that humanity can continue, and that's what I thought. So when it comes to beyond emotional health, deliberate connections, you have to think to yourself, when is your friend's birthday? Basically, you can probably only remember the birthdays of your friends from childhood. You can only remember the phone numbers from your friends from childhood. And anyone you met after 2017, you probably don't remember their birthday. And that's okay. You don't need to remember everybody's birthday because now you have millions of friends before you just had 25. But when it is your friend's birthday, how do you greet them? What do you do? Who reminds you it's their birthday? And the question is, for a lot of us, it's Facebook reminding us it's their birthday and us sending them those birthday messages. And that's not a really deliberate connection. In some ways, for your real friends, it's better that on your birthday, you just call them. I know, phone calls. And send them something real. Show that you thought of them, that it was a genuine thought of them, not that it was a push notification that's keeping your relationship going. Again, then there's the idea of, like, I want to own my own connections. In some ways, I'm very grateful to Facebook and social media because it has guided my life since 2017 for 14 years. And from it, I have met amazing people. I've found jobs. I've traveled. I made awesome friends. The apartment I live in, I figured out on Facebook. My wife, I met through a social media app. My work through connections on Facebook, LinkedIn, all of these things. Social media is guiding our lives. And although there's been some wonderful serendipity from it, there's also, I cannot determine how many of the negative things have also come from it. So the idea is, I just want to own my connections. I want to have a bit more control in where the algorithms lead my life. All right. And the issue with Facebook in particular is that when I say own my connections, right now you don't own those things. You don't own your photos and videos and posts because they're on the server. They're held for free. You can't take them down easily. You can take them down, and that's when you own them. And for media, it offers you unlimited storage, which is why we use it so much. For our posts, we don't own them, and that data on there, algorithms are extracting useful knowledge from that to sell us things. So that's our past. It owns our past. And our present, it owns our connections to our friends and loved ones. If you only know someone's connection on Facebook, you don't know their email, you don't know their phone number, you don't really own the way that you connect to them. You just own that little Facebook connection, and that can be taken away if they live in a country that shuts down Facebook, and so on. And then the future is the other idea I was talking about. Like there is some fate and serendipity from the connections we make with each other, and some of this fate and serendipity may actually just be an intentional advertisement. So with these connections, they're not portable. You can't easily take them from Facebook, upload them into something else. You can't take your Facebook friends and immediately know their email addresses. You can't take your photos and immediately move it off. You don't really own it. You're kind of borrowing it. In a sense, you give it to Facebook and they loan it back to you as long as you sell your data. And then there is this much bigger idea that is that our data is like a national resource. Like we make purchasing decisions based on our preferences, and these apps from any different country can pull our data to sell us things, and therefore take us as the consumer reap benefit from us. So we are like national resources. And you look at national firewalls, like in China, they don't want Western apps to come in and start selling things, or selling things, ideas, influence into there. And then we see this influence of power. And I thought, okay, this is getting too much. So I want to leave Facebook. And this is actually about leaving Facebook only. Other social media, that's its own thing. But Facebook is the most popular app that people want to leave. So they have and want to leave. Okay, and the last one is time. I'm getting older. I have more important things to focus on. Even though Facebook is interesting and grabs my attention, life is going on. The world keeps spinning, and Facebook, social media isn't a skill. It isn't truly a talent. I know everyone wants to say that it is, but it's extremely replicable skill. Many people have it. Many bots have it. Everyone has it. It's not a skill that's going to improve. The benefit is the connection with people, but you can do that another way.